Welcome back to Romantasy Chaos HQ, the podcast. We are Avery and Xavier Harleston, healthcare professionals by day, romantasy theorists, and aspiring authors by night. Today we are covering the epigraph from Iron Flame, chapter 22. This is your warning. There will be spoilers for the entire Empyrean series. If you have not read all 3 books, it may be time to turn back. As honorary members of Second Squad, we cuss
a lot
and discuss
all adult topics
and make a fuss
about planting the zucchini.
We like a challenge, so we tackle each epigraph without prepping, placing it into context for the whole series, not just the chapter or book it's tied to. But you don't have to take it cold, so here is our post-recording one-sentence summary of the chapter. Violet interacts with the sage in her dream before Xaden shows up to take her to Basgiath's forge, but is interrupted by Varish and Grady, who insist Violet go with them for training. There are 6 minutes on the clock, and Iron Flame lore more dubious than Major Varish. So don't blink, don't scroll, don't let Taryn distract you. We have 360 seconds to blow your minds.
And go.
At some point, probably during your second year, you'll realize the trust you feel for your friends and family has nothing on the loyalty you develop for your squad. Page 91, the Book of Brennan. Whew.
I feel like Brennan might not still agree with this.
I
feel like this is a thing that
I think it's maybe like has changed. I had the loyalty you feel for your squad, like the end of that sentence might have changed for your squad, or the loyalty you develop for your squad. It's like the loyalty you develop for your comrade in arms. I don't know, but
well, yeah, but I mean, I think this is actually an underlying theme that Rebecca Yarros is playing with, where you leave your family, you go to the academy, you become really tight with your squad, and then at some point you realize that the people who you can always count on no matter what are not the people that you were necessarily battle hardened with, but it is possibly your family. I mean, probably not if you're Dane, but if you are a Sorrengail sibling.
Well, Sorrengail maybe your sibling, but like obviously Brennan didn't feel that he could count on his parents.
Well,
like he couldn't be honest with them. He faked his own death.
Well, but he faked his own death from his squad as well.
Yeah, and from his siblings. So I don't know. What happened that he died at the Battle of Arisha and, awoke loyal to a group, a cause that he had not been part of, and it was actually opposing prior to his, quote unquote death.
Well, I mean, I don't really wonder like what changed when he found out, when did he really begin to suspect stuff? So clearly things clicked during that last battle, when he just decided that, yes, I'm going to be dead and then not come back. But I think there was suspicion before. I think Asher probably planted a bunch of seeds that actually caused him to trust his squad more than Asher. But I really do wonder how much of this is like Rebecca Yarros playing with the concept of the new adult, of moving into a next phase of your life, and that being seen as the most important. When you mark that history down, when he wrote the Book of Brennan, he was still in this kind of academic area, and
I think he wrote it after he graduated.
I don't know when he wrote which chapter.
Well, obviously the last part he had to write after he graduated.
But you get broken up from your squad. We see that after graduation, you're no longer with that squad. So you can find all kinds of loyalty to survive the second year. And with the death rate of the second and third year, it makes sense that you would have these sibling brother bonding attachments to your squad. But then you get scattered. And does that loyalty really go through the entire time that you are in the military? And if that's true, were Lilith and Atos in a squad together, and that's why she still somehow trusts him despite the fact that he is sus as hell?
Well, I think that's because he has a trust manipulation signet. But this kind of also brings in a different, like, this didn't exist yet when Brennan was, before Mira entered the quadrant. It didn't exist before Zayden did. But how does being marked, how does being a rebellion relic kid impact this? Like, do you think Imogen feels more loyalty to the marked ones, particularly to Zayden, than she does her squad?
Well, you would think that they wouldn't trust the squad and they would be more inclined to, go with the marked ones. But it is a very interesting dynamic of, if the marked one loyalty is against the squad loyalty, where does your loyalty form? And does the squad accept you in if you are a marked one to even develop that amount of loyalty?
Well, and Zayden in Onyx Storm talks about how his loyalty is first to Violet, which is all like beautiful and lovey-dovey, but kind of a terrible way to lead a country or a movement or an army, because why would anyone be loyal to you if you're not loyal to them? Like, if your loyalty is first and foremost to an individual, not even your cause, right? Like, not even your country, and you are the figurehead. Like, I don't know that that's hard.
Be really hard to follow the Tyrandor leader if he was first and foremost for his spouse, and that every decision that he was making was
going to be her first and foremost in his decision-making process.
So
even when she is like, don't do this for me.
Yeah, unless like everyone believes she is the...
That's our time. So, did we blow your minds? Let us know in the comments, and remember, we love you. Stay out of the clouds, off the ice, and come back to us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Remember, lore lovers, fantasy fanatics, and good girls, like, rate, review, subscribe, and share.